Bring it. G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is Bear Arm, not to be confused with the Bear Arms perk in the Strength tree, which makes heavy guns weigh a little bit less. Anyway, so what you're looking at here is a reskinned Power Fist made of a Yao Guai head. That's what it looks like. He's got metal bits holding it together. Looks pretty cool, I guess. 130 damage with this thing. This thing is part of the Wild Appalachia DLC series of weapons. You can get this from Arctos Farmer in the form of a plan, or they just drop you one of these at the end. It depends on how well you go on that event, to be honest. The question is whether it is worth using. So we're sitting here, 130 damage, no upgrades can be equipped on this thing, even though it's got a slot there, and you can actually see the slot when you go and upgrade this. So maybe in the future they'll bring out some upgrades for it. Who even knows? Or maybe they'll have a reskin for it. I'm not really sure, but let's go ahead and upgrade this. It isn't an armed weapon, so we've got a bunch of perks to bolster our survivability. Of course, Iron Fist is going on, and of course, Bloody Mess is going on, and we're doubling down on Sneak today, because Sneak has been failing me for melee weapons for the past couple of videos, so I'm going to be doubling down on that, getting rank 3 of Sneak, 75% harder to detect, 179 damage, next to something like a Power Fist. Yeah, there's really no contest here, is there? Well, if it doesn't make a good weapon, we could always sell it to a ventriloquist, right? Alright, let's see if we can't start this off with a bit of ghoul punching. That's what it looks like in first person. Here are my mutations, here are my bits of armor, and that's what it looks like in third person. It looks rather heavy, but taking a look at this thing's weight, only 3.2, that is reduced by the martial artist perk though. It still weighs quite a bit more than, at least in proportion, than a Power Fist, but you know, it's a bloodied swing speed Power Fist, so you're going to have a really hard time beating that. Anyways, let's see if we've pulled some spawns here. We indeed have, so let's get to work. Ooh, we can't exactly one-shot a regular old feral ghoul there of the charred variety, which could be problematic, but as we're gathering adrenaline and extra damage from unyielding and adrenal reaction, you know, from being hit, we can actually achieve one-shotting these guys, which is kind of what you want. Alright, looks like we're missing a few spawns here and there. Doesn't really matter. So, instead of having full blocker and full, what's it called, barbarian, what I've opted to do is go full on the incisor and the martial artist, and obviously Iron Fist to get the best damage out of this at the expense of possibly some survivability. Ah, here come the boys. About time you bloody dudes showed up. Oh, I actually punched that guy in the head and it didn't kill him in one. They're not actually killing me. You'll notice that the swing speed is rather slow, you know, even considering how I've got the martial artist perk on, and basically with the martial artist perk on, you'll find that it's about the swing speed of a regular old Power Fist, which is not slow by any means, but once you put it next to something like a bloodied swing speed Power Fist or anything with a swing speed, it will start to slow down, which will cost you quite a bit of DPS, mind. But it hasn't been a terrible one through these ghouls, and I'm actually really surprised that we haven't picked up radworms from these ghouls, but the show's not over yet. I still see a couple of blokes out here, so let's see if we can't kick their asses, and we'll take a look at that adrenal damage after that. Damage plus 60%, 358, and again, having this compared to... wow, there's really no contest there, is there? There isn't. I'm gonna punch this guy on the face, so to take out my anger. Where'd you go, mate? And the uppercut. At least it feels kind of cool to be punching things with bears. Hang on, I want to punch pears with bears. Be back. Now, I'd like to think by having one of their deceased skulls as a punching fist, that demoralizes them quickly. What the hell was that? Was that a 180 no-scope there, Mr. Bear? And also, I gotta take my time with this, because what the fuck? He just 180'd me! Who taught you the powers of being a ninja? Trade kill, but fucking hell. Yeah, bears are really fucking strong in this game. Like, next to Deathclaws or anything, they're just overwhelmingly powerful. See, what they do is they can stagger you on a hit, they can cripple a limb on a hit, which means their attacks are very, very quick. So basically they can stun lock you until they kill you, which is particularly problematic if you seek to actually survive a bear encounter there, but here comes the big boy over here, and this time I'm going to show you why you want to use stealth against bears or anything in general, because if you can take away their ability to hit you, also I'd like to point out how their head tracking still works, but their detection bars don't. Well, don't think I expected that. I expected more of a fight, but yeah, use stealth. Alrighty, so anyone can take on a couple of feral ghouls and some fucking bears here and there, but what happens when we run into a bunch of super mutants? Oh well, we can't one-shot this guy. We three-shotted him, okay. With this in mind, we're going to have to rely on stealth to carry this thing here because, I mean, we can get this damage happening, and we're back into hidden already. Bug! It's a helpful bug though, because I'm not dead, but it's a bug nonetheless. Yep, so I think I did pretty well in putting 3 ranks of sneak rather than just the 2 that I usually use, because I'm basically stealthing this up now. Getting I think I saw 1k damage. I'm not really paying attention. I'm sort of paying attention to the surroundings, make sure I don't get spotted by 2 blokes at once. Yeah. 1200 damage, although that one didn't kill the super mutant warlord, which is strange, and with a significant amount of adrenal reaction. Dodge that, doggo. 1291 damage with a power attack to the noggin. That'll earn ya. Okay, here's the deal. I reckon this is around the optimal health that I want to be if I can still trigger serendipity whilst getting all this extra damage from adrenal reaction, unyielding, and the like. I feel like I can actually do pretty well against these guys, because really the bottom line is we got to be killing these guys as fast as we can. No, loot later. We can loot later. We can loot off camera so we don't get bored people watching me pick up loot. That's why I don't do it, because it just takes away from the video. You want to stop me, you want to see me stopping my tracks to go out of my way to pick up a legendary? No, only fucking scrubs do that. But in terms of this guy, here's the last kill I'm going to make, so you bet your ass you're going to see what he drops. A Junkie's Assaultron head. Ooh, faster reload. Ooh, okay, that's interesting then. Yeah, I haven't done any Assaultron heads yet. That's because they're shit, to be honest. Okay, 1 server hop later, because I got interrupted by a fuckwit, and the door opened for me. Oh wait, then I activated it, so it closed on me. Smart doors. So like I said before, the success criteria in this particular location is, if we can one-shot everything, we'll be right. And I did see 1400 damage on that particular super mutant. Oh, someone's been in here recently, that's for sure. Escape artist, making a slip back into caution, then back into hidden. So he had ultra perception for a second. Then he decided to stare at a wall. That's what they call a tactical error if you're a fucking not an idiot like that guy. But they're super mutants. They are quite on the mentally challenged side. Now, here's the thing with this weapon. Obviously, I can do well with it, but what's the point of using this thing if the swing speed bloodied power fist, or even a regular old power fist, which will get better damage on it, you know, anyway. I guess it's silent because there's no mechanical hydraulics going, but that's different. We can maintain our snake pretty well with a power fist anyway. Well, there's no real reason to use this at all, is there? So it comes back to this and the philosophy of Fallout New Vegas weapon design. Because the Fallout New Vegas weapon design and weapon mechanics were fucking solid as fuck, and Bethesda should just copy it for their next title because it'd be sick. The shooting mechanics, not so great, but the gun mechanics and the different types of ammo. But basically what I'm going on about here is every single weapon in that game felt like it had sort of a niche to it. What do I mean by that? Well, you've got a weapon and it does something really good. It does something the best. Let's take the LMG, for example. You've got a high fire rate, high DPS thing with lots of ammo capacity. Obviously, there's lower level variants of that sort of thing, like the Vicky Advanced 9mm submachine gun. But everything felt like it had a place in that game. You wanted a thing to be really good at range, anti-material rifle, not spec to use ballistic weapons, Gauss rifle, you know? Everything fits kind of well. I do believe this is part of the ability to customize and craft weapons, and you can force them, or not force them, you can fit them quite nicely into different play styles quite well with that, and I do believe the byproduct of that is just the non-weapon diversity in this game, meaning, you know, there's not a whole lot of weapons in this game compared to Fallout 70 or Fallout New Vegas. And you might notice how I've got fuck all caps these days. It's because I went on a little bit of a shopping in vendors. Yeah, I've been actually looking at vendors lately. And let me tell you something. I've picked up some pretty good things. So, if nothing else, if I think it's super interesting, it'll be content for the next few days. Anyways, regardless of that, this weapon basically does nothing better than a regular old power fist. So why should I use it ever over a regular power fist, which is a lot easier to obtain? Is it because it's notoriety? It's a rare thing, so people automatically think that it's more valuable. I mean, certainly in terms of its notoriety, but we're looking at weapon performance here. And if the weapon performance ain't shit, then I ain't gonna fuck with it, you know? I'm gonna close this door. I went to the XCOM school of evading enemies. Just close the door and they can't see you. They'll just piss off into the ether and you'll never see him again. Anyways, so yeah, maybe to make this thing a little bit better, a little bit more interesting, give it a big old stagger chance. Give it a permanent stagger chance for everything, right? Oh shit. Who's next? You are, mate. You mark my words. You see, with that massive stagger chance on this thing, what that'll allow you to do is use it as a perfect one-on-one thing, right? And yeah, basically a one-on-one thing. You can stagger Scorch Beast, maybe not Scorch Beast Queens, maybe huge enemies can get an immunity to it. Why am I in danger already? Oh. Hold still, I want to try something. I have a little bit of a theory about this, actually. We've had problems in the past with stealth a little bit, and it was working without a hitch before, so basically I'm going to get fucking murdered by a bunch of super mutants here. I don't have the power to one-shot these guys unless I hit them in the head, but it's kind of hard sometimes unless you put your cursor directly on the head. But yeah, once my stealth fails me, this thing fucking falls apart for sure. Kill. Get him! Fucking hell. What was he blocked by? He was clipping through that fucking table, so I couldn't kill him. How fucking terrible is that? God damn it. I miss Blitz in VATS and Fallout 4. But 632 damage. Obviously, I'd be getting more damage with Talons, but who wants less agility? Less agility means less fucking sneak chance. And plus, I've got full unyielding, so that's even more agility to pile on top of that. Okay, we're done. I'm gonna keep up this level of health for Swan. We'll see how we go against him. Maybe it's a day-nighttime thing. If it's during the day, stealth has been a little bit nerfed. I don't really know. I'm not a data miner. I don't have time to look at this stuff day in, day out. Kind of an interesting little thing to look at, though. So against the Swan, we can do well, but he's only just one guy, and he was susceptible to sneaking. So yeah, it's not too much there. Also, I should probably eat something. Oh, that's why I died, because I lost that extra 25 health that I'd get out of rejuvenated. Okay, well, yeah, that's happened multiple times. Not the weapon's fault then, I suppose. Ooh, a little bit of excitement happens. I saw a legendary 3-star and a ooh, 2 3-stars. Look at that. Ooh, looks like we've pulled some good RNG today. Normally I don't actually find too many legendaries here. This is more of a place where I bother to farm XP from rather than other things, but sure, they're level 50, they'll drop top tier gear, so we'll just whack you in the noggin, hopefully. Or, bloodied assault rifle, what's it gonna be? Ooh, bloodied hitmans. Nice. You next. 1300 damage, yet I did so little. Okay. So this is where the stagger chance would come in handy. I'm managing to spoof his pathing and a hunter's machete. Script bin, it's limb damage, isn't it? Oh, I love that bug. Yeah, people have been talking about that on Reddit, so I think the normies have noticed at this point. So if the normies cry about it enough, Bethesda will eventually take notice. So that's good. I fucking hate limb damage on melee weapons. What's the point of that? Oh, flap limb. Speaking of limb damage, I don't have any disease cures on me or antibiotics, do I? Well, I think, yeah, strength -2. That's no good. Do I have a Deathclaw? Do I have a Deathclaw stake to counteract that? I've got this glowing meat stake. I suppose that's pretty good. get an extra 30% damage. So that kind of offsets it a little bit. I'll go over to the White Springs after this. Oh, that's the first time where melee has failed us. This thing is actually surprisingly consistent, and I think that's because the swing speed is slow. A lot of people have commented, oh, that melee glitch where it doesn't hit happens when a very fast swinging weapon is doing the damage, and I reckon that's true. So this thing at least is consistent with not being buggy. It's just kind of inferior in terms of damage, so yeah. Okay, time for some pest control apparently, because we've drawn mole rats. Yeah, no surprise we can one-shot these guys. Hopefully that means there's mole miners around the corner. Is there? No, just mole rats. Alright. Well, the train yard smash has made it easy for us today, so we'll clear these blokes out. And we've got flap limbs, so I guess the game's saying, you know what, you've got this stupid disease. Oh, it's a legendary. It's an instigating revolutionary sword, but it's going to be underleveled, so a little bit lame. Did I just get 2 for 1, or did he's ragdoll move out of the corpse? Not really sure. Well, if you ever needed to kill a bunch of mole rats, look no further than the bear arm. It'd be cool if when you punched it, the thing chomped down. It doesn't actually do that, does it? No. Oh, wow. Like the bear trap fist from Dead Money. See, all of these cool weapons that I'm listing of New Vegas, we don't have that in these games. Huh, that's empty. That's kind of weird. Alright, looks like we're done. Just a couple of mole rats. How exciting, right? Alright, finish this off with a Scorch Beast attack. This is a Furious Fire Rate shotgun that I had my last video, which wasn't yesterday. I was about to say yesterday, but it wasn't yesterday. Alright, so he's coming in for one of those strikes. We got a couple of decent hits on his wings there. Come out of sneak for a bit there, but I don't think he's seen us. We're not sneaking right now. Oh! We're on the verge of being spotted. Drop. Drop, damn you. Oh, I haven't crippled your wings yet. Come on. There we go. Come on. Unlucky. I got 1 wing though, so that means he's gonna drop soon. There we go. Yeah, maybe I should have used an explosive combat shotgun instead of that. Alright, let's get into punching him. Take that, and that. And a critical does the job. Alrighty, so that's kind of... Oh, that's the 3rd Gatling gun that's dropped. Actually, that's weird. I've gotten Gatling guns and 2 bloodied weapons today. Obviously, that was before I started recording, so interesting. Well, there you have it. That was the bear arm. It's alright. I mean, it's kind of the build that's carrying it here, getting that 3-time sneak attack multiplier. Actually, it's a 2-time because I've got Enforcer now, but we did the job of it in the end, so I guess that's all you can ask for. But yeah, I'm not really too thrilled with it. Honestly, I'm just going to scrap it. So if you'd like to see this thing in your game, do the Arctos Farmer, keep all of those things at level 3, keep them all alive. You might have a chance to get this thing. Ask your friends if you want it, but honestly, I think the community has already decided this weapon is not great. But if you're actually unfamiliar with it, now you're a little bit more familiar with it, and it's a kind of a waste of time, but it looks cool though, so I guess that counts for something. Thank you very much for watching, guys.